following is the layout of the Bridge Lync Operator Console screen. At the top of your screen, you will see your currently selected audio device, which can be changed under Settings. Next, you will see a Microsoft ribbon control containing subsections of call control, call functions, phone books, monitoring, call, mute settings, exclusions, scheduler, and help. Below that, you will see the heads-up display, which will be covered in another video. It contains information about the call, such as the call details. The parking lot is to the right of the heads-up display and contains information about calls that have been parked by the user, including who parked the call and who the caller is. The My Conversation section is located below the heads-up display and contains information about calls you have active currently in your Lync client. The Directory Groups section is located below the My Conversation section and is usually broken up according to department. This allows you to view the availability and the visibility of users in that selected directory group. The Location objects below allows you to transfer calls to a system's devices or a group of people that are not an individual Lync client. These are defined by your systems administrator. The Search Box toolbar is located below the parking lot and allows you to search through the various users in the directory. You may also perform a freeform transfer after entering a number with a keypad or device of that nature. The tab below the search box contains all the phone books available in the Bridge Lync Operator Console. The My Address book is your personal directory. It will automatically pull your contacts from Exchange, but will also allow you to manually enter any contacts you wish. The Global Address book is seen by all users on the system, but it can only be edited by those users that the system administrator has given permissions to. All users have at least a read-only ability with the Global Address book. The Lync Client Data is a section that allows you to mirror what is happening in your Lync client. If you want a specific action performed in your Lync client, you may also perform it in the BLOC Lync Client Data section. To the right of the directory, you will see a tab marked Key. Clicking it will reveal a menu featuring 3 submenus: Keyboard Shortcuts, My Conversation Status, and Directory User Status. To interact with user notes, all you must do is click on the Notes icon. This will allow you to edit both your shared notes and your personal notes with a specific user. When another user is in a meeting, you may look here to gain some visibility of the user's calendar, possibly predicting when they will be back. If you're in a position where you need to frequently manage calls for another user, you may pop their user out as sticky, which will retain the window over any other window you may have open. This makes it more convenient when it comes to transferring to that particular user. The administrator may also provide a user account with the privileges to change another user's status and their call forwarding/simmer settings. Lastly, at the bottom of the window is the status bar. The status bar contains information about the current version you are running and whether it is up to date. A green check mark means it is completely up to date. A yellow swirly symbol means it needs to be updated. The status bar also shows your total number of Lync endpoints registered on the server. Next to that is your company name. To the right of that is the amount of licenses you have and how many you have used, followed by your available memory and a status bar showing your CPU usage. If the system gets slow, it is easy to look down and see if it is related to your computer. Bridge Lync Operator Console can be controlled in a number of sections. At the top, you will see a Microsoft Windows control, further divided into various subsections. The first one being Call Control, which will allow you to manipulate existing calls. The second being Call Functions, which will allow the sharing of caller ID and elevating to conference status. A section for our add-on phone books, which will be covered later, including the My Address book, Active Directory phone book, and Global Address book. The response groups, viewing which calls are in the queue and how long they have been there. You also have the setting to mute and unmute yourself, which will toggle in your existing Lync client. The ability to manage exclusions if you do not want to see particular extensions visibly. The Task Scheduler option, which can create an automated calendar reminder to make a call back. It can also be used to set up a server automated call, which will call you and other users for example, to initiate a weekly conference call. And the final option in the main ribbon is the Help option, which will launch the remote support, allowing our technicians to help repair your console through TeamViewer. The Settings tab of the ribbon will show a number of things. You have the option to open the settings page to dictate what database you are pointing at, whether you are in standalone or the client-server mode. You may change your update settings, which should be left alone unless under special circumstances. You may also change various display sections. The Data tab will allow you to modify your cache, allowing you to refresh your picture or your data cache. If you have been given permission by your administrator, you may edit location objects, directory groups, and have access to your user actions log, detailing various call controls that have been involved with your user, such as answer, hang up, and transfer. The heads-up display is the black box located in the upper left corner of your console. It displays many things related with your Lync account, such as your picture, your changeable status, and your changeable personal note, and of course, your name. Any changes done in either the console or the Lync client will reflect in the other program, eliminating the need for back and forth between programs. The heads-up display shows you various call details about the current call you have selected. Since there is only one call, it is the call that is selected. When answered, it will show things such as the call status, which is talk in this case, the call timer, the caller ID number, the name, and in the top right, a caller ID picture. You will note that as the call status changes, so does the background of the heads-up display. Running this call through a hold and resume will see the colors change from green for answered, blue for held, and then back to green for an active call. If we now transfer the call from our heads-up display to another user, and then have it transferred back, you will see various call details that were not available before, such as who transferred it. And this has been the heads-up display and settings section of the demonstrational video. Calls can be toggled by using the My Conversations section, the box located directly beneath the heads-up display. The My Conversations section will contain all of the audio, telephone, and video calls currently active on your Lync client. By default, when a call comes in, it will become the currently selected call in the heads-up display. You may answer it through double-clicking, right-clicking in the My Conversations section and clicking Answer, or clicking in the ribbon. If we receive a second call, you will see that that now becomes the currently selected call, and if answered, we'll put your previous call on hold. These decisions will also be reflected in your Lync client. For example, if we were to pull the two calls up side by side through Lync, you will see that their statuses are reflective of what they read as in the My Conversations section, but in a more compact and easy to read way. At any time you may choose to resume your previous call, which will automatically put the currently selected call on hold. There are multiple ways to switch calls between being on hold and resuming in the My Conversations section. Most as simple as double-clicking, and there are also various right-click options available. There are keyboard shortcuts that can be viewed in the Key section. Calls in the My Conversations section can be sorted by number, name alphabetically, and by timer from shortest to longest. And that is how to effectively use the My Conversations section. Using the search box in Bridge Lync Operator Console is very simple. Hovering over the box tells you may enter any part of someone's first or last name, telephone extension, department, title, or personal address book category. We will now search for Doug Johnson. To clear the search box, all you must do is click the magnifying glass with the X next to the search box. Now we will search for sales. Notice how everyone in the directory active now has the title Sales. If you would like to only search one group, you may toggle off the global search button. That will only search in the one directory group. You may also turn on name-only searching, which eliminates the ability to search by department or title and only works by name. This concludes the demonstration for the search box. This video will focus on call control and more specifically call transferring. Most call control can happen in the ribbon by default. The ribbon gives you the options to answer a call, put the call on hold, resume the call, and hang up the call. You may also perform these call controls through the right-click menu in the My Conversation section, including Answer, Hold, Resume, and Hang Up. There are also keyboard shortcuts available for most call controls, available in the key as shown in the first video. There are many options for transferring a call. By default, after clicking the transfer button, you will be placed in the search box. If we want to search for Bill Triplet to transfer the call to, we can. We may also drag and drop the call from either the My Conversations box or the HUD. When we do this for the first time, we are prompted with a number of choices. You may make your selected action the default for next time. In this case, we will just select transfer and the call will be transferred to Bill Triplet. And we can see him receive the call. We also have the option to perform any of these actions using the right-click menu. Now we have multiple options when it comes to transferring. We have the option to transfer the call, as we just did, transfer the call after the user's current call ends, perform a supervised transferred call, which will allow us to speak to the user before we transfer them the call, and then decide in a pop-up menu whether we still intend to transfer the call. We can transfer the call to their voicemail, or we can also transfer the call to their user's mobile phone. Under the right-click menu, we also have the option to open the Active Directory phone book. The Active Directory phone book will open up the user and show every extension that they have, including their primary extension, primary phone, mobile phone, and home phone. This allows us to judge whether it is best to transfer it to a different extension or, under special circumstances, transfer it to one based on request. The last way we will show to transfer a call is through the double click. You may use a double click to answer a call, put a call on hold, and resume a call, and you may also use it for transferring, which usually ends up being the fastest method. We may leave the prompt on, such as with the drag and drop, or we may select an action group and then click transfer. This video will cover call parking. There are two basic ways to park a call. One is to park it for no one in particular. The other is to park for a specific user. Your options to park a general park call are right-click the My Conversations and select Park. Click the Park button in the ribbon. Drag the conversation from the My Conversation section into the parking lot. Drag from the HUD into the parking lot to park the call. One parking feature that is unique is the Park For function. This eliminates the need to call, IM, or voice page the user you are parking a call for to alert them of the parked call. This is primarily done through the right-click menu and selecting the option Park For. A keyboard shortcut is also available under the Key section. Clicking this button repeats the parking process, after which the user you parked the call for will be notified with a clickable link. In this case, the user is Bill Triplet. Bill Triplet will also receive a message notifying him of the parked call. By clicking the received link, Bill Triplet will receive the call on his client. The Directory Group section is located directly beneath the My Conversation section. Directory groups are created by the server or on the standalone client by the client itself in the Active Directory fields. They can be categorized by the department field, the company field, or the physical office field, such as a New York and Chicago office. You may also combine the fields to create very complex groups. Directory groups give you the ability to look into a specific department, such as accounting, and see who is on the phone and who is busy and who is available. There are also a couple right-click options associated with directory groups, such as setting a specific group as your default upon startup. You may create a group of users that you custom pick to watch and monitor their status. There are group options that are included in an add-on package that will be covered in another video. The location objects are defined by your system administrator and are located in the bottom left of our screen. The location object section is a way to store a number that may need to be called or have a call transferred to that is not an individual user. Typically, these are things such as hunt groups, response groups, and departmental transfers, ringing multiple phones as opposed to one single user. You may drag a call from the heads-up display to the location objects, or you may also right-click on any of your extensions in the location objects and see a menu containing Transfer, Supervised Transfer, and Call. If your administrator has given you the privilege, you may modify any of these location objects, including adding a new one or editing an existing one. Location objects are globally seen by everyone in your system. In addition to your primary directory found on the main page, Block will also provide you with additional address books, either found in the ribbon under the phone books or found in the main directory window in the various tabs. We will begin with the My Address Book. The My Address Book is your primary address book and it is personal to you. No other user on your system will be able to see the users you have in your My Address Book. The My Address Book automatically syncs with your Exchange contacts, and from here you can perform the call controls that are available in the Bridge Lync Operator Console, such as call, transfer, and email, for example. Note that the My Address Book will only sync with your Exchange contacts if you have purchased the Exchange Connector add-on. The Global Address is the second address book we will be covering. The Global Address Book is an address book visible to all users, and permissions to add or edit will be dictated by your server administrator. Call control functionality is the same as in the standard directory and in the My Address Book. With the global search option enabled on the search box, it will automatically search through all three address books at the same time. The final address book we will be covering is the Active Directory Phone Book. The Active Directory Phone Book gives you an extended view of the information about the user you have selected. It includes details such as the title, the department, the company, the office, the email, their manager, the extension, mobile phone, primary phone, home phone, and finally fax number. Call controls available here include transfer call, supervised transfer call, and standard call, available with their extension, primary phone, mobile phone, and home phone. This section will cover the add-ons for the Bridge Lync Operator Console. The two basic add-ons are as follows. The first is the connector for Microsoft Exchange, which does two things. Number one, it will synchronize your Exchange contacts with those in your My Address Book, giving you all the call controls and the availability of your Exchange contacts. The second thing the Microsoft Exchange connector does is give you more details about calendar status. If a person says they are in a meeting, it will tell you when the meeting is over using information from Microsoft Exchange that is not normally available in Bridge Lync Operator Console. It is primarily useful for giving you extended visibility into a user's schedule. The other primary add-on to the Bridge Lync Operator Console is the Group Messaging add-on. The Group Messaging add-on will allow you to schedule an automatic conference call. You may easily edit the frequency and the users involved. The Group Messaging add-on also extends the ability of the directory groups by enabling the group functions. An example of a group feature would be the group chat. While you can predefine groups in Lync, groups defined through Bridge Lync Operator Console are also managed by the server and the Active Directory. This eliminates the need for you to be constantly updating groups as new members come and go out of the organization, as that is handled by the server. Other group functions include a group conference call, group email, and scheduling a group meeting. Another function of the Group Messaging add-on is the Park for Group. Please refer to the video on parking for any details about how to park a call. After a call has been parked, the entire group will be notified through a message, and any of the users may pick up the parked call. This could be very useful if you need to park a call for the sales division or the IT or accounting divisions. Upon taking a group park for message out of park, you may send a note to the other members of the group notifying them that you have taken the call, as to avoid any confusion. On behalf of everyone at Bridge Communications, I would like to thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch our demonstrational video. I hope this video answered any questions you may have had about the program and how it operates.